It's just a customary thing that we do. So hearing Gary's opinion and his take on it, I did want to go to, just to make sure everybody was clear on this, I did go to Jim Glasgow's, the state's attorney's office, and ask for an opinion. And everybody has his opinion. I don't know if you need to read it, but it basically says that this board is the decision-making board. We reach out to the political party, and we did reach out to the political party, but basically any registered Republican is valid to have his name considered in for this position. So, that being said, I would like to invite the three people. I did receive three people's names. The Republican organization did present William. I know I'm going to mess up your last name.
No, it's Italian.
I know, and I'm Italian. I should be able to say this.
Yeah, right.
Pasquale.
Close. Lasagna. Passalia.
Pasquale. I'll ask him to come up and say a few words.
Okay, well, let's kind
I
of...
would like to keep everybody within about 5 minutes, though.
All right, somebody time me. First of all, I wanted to say, before you officially start the clock, is I appreciate the board and the township for buying this building. It's made it a lot more convenient for us doing Meals on Wheels. Before it was impossible going up and down the stairs. So, thank you very much. Now, about me. First of all, I'm not a rebel rouser. I'm not a renegade. I believe that if it's not broken, I'm not going to fix it. I've been civic-minded for the past 15 years. I've dedicated full-time life to the community without pay. I've fully focused on my duties, first of all, as a resident. And I know this is a full-time job. I have no other commitments other than this community. Also, my family lives in this community. And I know that there are, I know that my first commitment is to do the roads. I realize that there are school buses using these roads every day, and my grandchildren are on those school buses. So I'm really concerned about that. If you take a look at my resume, you see my past experiences. You might think it's quite diversified, but it's really not. My strength is I know what I don't know, and I know where to go to get it. And I've cooperated. Another thing is cooperation across city lines and county lines as far as responsibilities sharing roads. Again, if you take a look at my resume, in my past, I've had experiences dealing with various governments. I've dealt with different cities, different states, different countries, and different continents. So I know how to deal across party lines. I also, too, a question came up is what is my knowledge? And I prepared quite a bit. I've talked to quite a few highway commissioners. I've downloaded information and talked to the various commissioners in the area and gotten a lot of good ideas as far as what they thought we could do as far as cooperation and getting together. Also talked to Jeff Ronaldson, who's the Director of Engineering for Will County. And so I think I've already hit the road running. Also in regards to talking to personnel that are active now as far as actually doing the work. And I understand the importance of building a team. If you take a look at, again, my resume, I've built teams. I've had several hundred people working for me, and I've been able to motivate those people at different levels and have them coordinate in an enthusiastic way. And lastly, of course, is, thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate the opportunity to serve, both to the party and to the board. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. And I will tell you that I did check, he is a registered Republican in the last primary. So that satisfies this board, I would believe. Next, I did receive a letter from James Lausch. So I asked Jim to come up and talk.
How you doing, everyone? I've known many of you for many, many years. I've had the pleasure of interacting with the township through the Park District. Been in the Park District for many years. And I believe all the government experience that I have, including the Highway Department and being an acting chief engineer at Stateville, would serve the residents well with my knowledge and past experience. You guys don't know me, so I can't add a whole lot that you don't already know. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. All right, along with Jim's, I did check, he is a registered Republican in the last primaries. I did receive a letter from of endorsement from him, from the, I guess it's the 3 Will County board members that represent our township. I did get a letter, and that is in your packet, along with his resume, and he is a registered Republican. Next, we have Darren Deskin.
Hi everybody, I'm Darren. Once again, I know me and I know all of you. I had no idea that I was I came here to speak on a completely different issue. So I did not come prepared to go ahead and present myself as a candidate. So I've been an alderman. Well, first thing, I grew up here in Lockport. Been an alderman on Lockport for the past 6.5 years. One of the things I'm most proud of is what we've done in the past 6 years, as y'all can see, is I have had experience with roads and a couple of bridges here in town. Over the past 6.5 years, we have spent $72 million in infrastructure improvements. I work hand in hand with our city engineer, and who is also our public works director, to go ahead and put together budgets and to go ahead and look at projects. From that standpoint, after having done that, I think I'm fairly knowledgeable of roads. Helped put together an $86 million infrastructure, 10-year infrastructure program, which we're currently about a third of the way in. We spent $72 million in the last 5 years, another $20 million next year. So I have experience with this. I apologize for not being more prepared, because I didn't know until about 10 minutes ago that I would have this opportunity to speak. I think I'm qualified. There's some questions about, do I have a practice out of my home as a chiropractor? It's no problem. I can work full-time as a road commissioner, and then see patients in the evening. It's absolutely no problem at all. Most of the people that work down at the road department are all local guys, and so I would know them by face, not by name. I'm absolutely certain that if I would be able to. What I would like to do is as a road commissioner, to go and create. I don't know if the documents exist such as what we have here is, but it's a capital improvement document where we can actually go ahead and have the various projects need to be done, engineers' estimates of projects to be done, and actually go in and categorize it from 2020 to out to a number of years, and then go ahead and base budgets based on this document. But the biggest issue that we have with the road commission, though, is that it only has revenues of about $1.5 million a year. And you put that in perspective, a simple grind and replacement of a road, it's $1 million for 3 miles. Okay, and so if you go ahead and subtract out salaries and everything, and insurance and all that from the road department, because you got to pay the guys that are doing it, You're only going to be having $750,000, $800,000. That's what John and I always talked about, was that. And so my first goal would be to go ahead and, or next 6 months, 8 months, to go ahead and put together a capital improvement program for the township. And so I think I'm highly qualified for the job. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And I did check with Will County. He is a registered Republican and affiliated with the party. I did get, I think I will say I did get a phone call from Mayor Straight endorsing him. Hearing from them, I guess next would be public comment. Anybody would like to get up and say something, they're welcome to. Please state your name, though, for the record, for the minutes. When you get up there, please.
I'm working on it.
Okay. Take your time.
John. Kelly, 1117 Runyon, City of Lockport. A couple of brief points. Selection of Bill Passagallia by Republican Township Chair was ratified by a vote of the Township Committeeman then present. So we had 13 out of 3 support our chairman's decision to bring Bill's name to you. For the Democrat members of the board, I would like you to consider how you would feel if the ultimate decision on a vacant Democrat seat was made by a PRI. Obviously, they'd have some trouble with that, just like most of the committeemen are with the thought that our selection wouldn't meet criteria. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Anybody else wishing to address the board here today? Please, again, state your name just for the record.
Pete Delaney. As you know, I'm the chairman of the LCRO. I met Bill about 6 months ago. I was really impressed by him. As you see in his resume, he went to Africa with some friends. They saw a need for an orphanage. They built it. They dragged the orphans out of the street, put them in there, took care of them. Bill also built he financed and operated 3 men's shelters in Will County. And he not only technical skills, but he's got heart to relate to the people. And I think he'd be an asset to the Lockport Township government, as somebody you could look up to and be proud of, and had the voters happy with township government.
All right, thank you. Anybody else wishing to address the board here tonight, or this afternoon? Seeing none, I guess we'll go on to, right now I guess it would be proper to ask for a motion to put a name forward for the position that was, because of the untimely death of John Swilinski. I would entertain a motion to fill his, the Highway Commissioner's unexpired term of office.
And I would like to make the motion to go with the recommendation of the LTRO organization for Mr. William Passagallia.
We've got a motion. Is there a second?
Ron, can I ask a question?
Sure.
This one? And maybe it would be towards our attorney, just to try to clear some things. Just going by the past now, if a name is presented to the board by the party, there still has to be a motion and a second for that name, or are we're not required to vote for that person, or?
There needs to be a motion. The motion needs to be seconded for there to be a vote. Then there is a vote. If there's a motion and no second, then that request is not then moved forward for a vote.
It's just like any other motion that we do at any other board meeting. And have a motion and a second. If there's no second, we can't vote on it. If there's a second, we vote on it, and chips fall where they will.
I'll second the motion for the vote.
I got a motion and a second. Any discussion amongst the board? And ask for a roll call, please.
Boyce, No.
Morelli,
Yes.
Bickus,
No.
Delaney,
Yes.
Valerico,
No.
I make a motion, we appoint Jim Louch to be Lockport Township Highway Commissioner.
Okay, I got a motion?
I'll second it.
I got a motion and a second. Can I have any discussion?
I guess I have a discussion back to the first recommendation. I guess it should be addressed to our attorney. Back to what you had said previously in your letter, that provided by the political party, if it's not accepted, the political party is afforded the opportunity to present a new name to fill the vacancy.
My opinion was corrected by the Assistant State's Attorney, Mr. Black,
Okay,
who said that
I just wanted to clarify that.
he said really the only thing that
Okay.
is then necessary is a resident for at least a year, political party affiliation, and then that name could be presented.
Okay.
Okay. Got a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, can I have a roll call, please?
Weiss,
Yes.
Morelli,
Can I ask the attorney a question? Sure. If the vote, is there an option to pass on the vote?
Yes.
Pass.
Bickus,
Yes.
Delaney,
Pass.
did I get everybody?
No.
Ron,
Yes.
I knew I had you yet, I just wanted to make sure I got all four of them.
Yes.
Okay,
Motion carries. Now, that being said, the appointment, the resolution, we have to pass the resolution also, right? We have a resolution. Whereas due to the death of John Anthony Swalinski Jr. as Lockport Township Highway Commissioner, effective August 22nd, 2019, a vacancy will exist in the office of Highway Commissioner for Lockport Township. And whereas James Louch will be filled in at this point, is of legal age, high moral character, a resident of Lockport Township, or the township, and in all other manners qualified to serve in such capacity. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of Lockport Township, County of Will, and State of Illinois, that James Louch is appointed Highway Commissioner of Lockport Township in the full to fill the unexpired term of John Anthony Swalinski Jr. And the office of the clerk is directed to issue therefore a certified copy of this warrant of appointment and deliver the same to the said James Louch, notifying him of his appointment as Highway Commissioner of Lockport Township. This resolution shall be in full force and effective as of October 1st, 2019, upon its passage and approval as made as provided by law. Passed this 12th day of September 2019, approved this 12th, well, I'm not going to say approved yet until we have the vote. So that's the resolution. I do need a motion to pass resolution 20-19-4.
I'll make the motion.
I got a motion by Barb Boyce,
Second.
second by Greg Bickus. Can I have a roll call, please?
Weiss,
Yes.
Delaney,
No.
Bickus,
Yes.
Morelli,
Can I ask the attorney something? Okay. I was just going to make a comment before my vote. Okay. Just going by past history or the way things have been done, when an office is vacated and a name is presented, it just kind of bewilders me that a vote has to come, basically, even though this person is who they voted on themselves, that the board is actually the one that made the decision, not the party. And that was my only comment, that the party, even though presented a name, that name was not approved by a board of peers. So I will say no.
Okay, I've got,
You're forgetting someone.
I've got Ron,
Yes. But I will also make a comment. It's been my experience in the past 10 years or 11 years that I've been with this township and with the political areas of it. Anytime there's been a vacancy, the party that the vacancy had to be filled with only presented one name to this board, to any board. We never had anybody else present another name, whether that was independent or not. It was always just one, that was all that was ever presented to the board to decide on. This time is a unique situation where we had 3 different names provided. And the law indicates that we have to entertain all 3 of them. So that's why I feel by law I had to entertain all 3 of them. Because, I mean, I don't want to ruffle feathers or anything, but there seems to be some infighting within the Republican Party, and that's neither here nor there to this board. We have to make the decision of who takes over the highway department. And I believe we did that legally and above board and very transparent. So I will say yes.
I have a question, if I may. As the supervisor, did you post this vacancy for any other Republican to put their name in?
No, I did not.
Okay, I think, I remember in the past, the board asked that if there's ever a vacancy that it be posted, and I think that that is something that the board needs to put a policy in, that from now on, if there's any vacancies in this township, that it be posted for all to have an opportunity to put their name in. I think it's only fair for everybody concerned, so that this does not happen again. And,
Should
that's
this
really
board
all.
decide to put a policy together, we can do that. That's fine and dandy. I have no problem with that. But the fact of the matter is, we've only asked ever before the political party to put a name up. And that's all we did this time. The only letter I sent out was to the Republican Party.
Right.
Where the other names came from, they decided on their own to send them in.
I'm just
I
saying,
cannot
because
have
it's
that.
probably a good policy to have as
Yeah.
a township.
But we can, maybe take that into consideration.
Thank you.
All right.
Ron, one more thing. Like you said, in the past, only one name was provided, and that's kind of the case here. One name was provided.
No,
Whether these subjects came forward themselves, one name was provided by the party.
By the party, but the
Correct.
state statute doesn't say the party has to.
I'm just saying that you're
Yeah.
saying past history says one name was provided and it was voted on.
Right.
And that's what happened, one name was provided.
No, 3 names were provided to them.
Not by the party.
Not by the party, but 3 names were provided to this board. In my experience, only one name was provided to the board. In past
In the
history.
past, nobody else put their name.
No other name was ever provided to this board.
That's because the caucus of the Democratic Party all voted for that name, just like
Right, just like
happened
the
in this.
Republicans did.
Yes.
And no other Democrats stepped up and put their name in separately.
So
That's
we're
the
always
difference.
considered what the caucus from that party, their recommendation. It didn't happen this time, and that's,
Well,
things
no.
change, so that's.
Well, then I have a
We have
question.
considered the Republicans.
No, I
Yeah.
understand.
But here's my question then, back to, you had mentioned about, the clerk had mentioned about the Democratic caucus. We actually, as a member, I'm a member of Altiero and a committee person as well, but it was that evening, we actually took the vote of all the committee members who were present at the meeting, and that the vote was 13 in favor of our chairman's recommendation of Mr. Pasalia, 3 against. And one of the three that was against happens to be somebody who turns in a resume. So what was the sense of LTRO even going through the process? So anytime somebody basically doesn't win, I'm going to try and use the back door and win the other way.
That is something the Republican Party has to deal with. That's not.
All right, no, I'm
this
just saying,
board.
but that's just the
Yeah.
process that we went through.
And I appreciate the process you went through, and I considered that name. I put it first, but as you know, I'm only one vote. It was the board's decision to move forward with James Lausch. So we have to accept that, and it is what it is. Phil Mott from the James Glasgow State's Attorney's Office says, the way in which the board would consider a potential appointee is the same as any other township business. The selection of the new highway commissioner would have to be a posted agenda, which it was posted, item occurring on a public meeting. The township board members would have moved a name of their choice for consideration, and a second would be required. If a vote is successful, that is the end of the matter. If it's unsuccessful, a new name would be motioned and the procedure would repeat itself, which is the way it happened. Once the name is voted on, it's over. It doesn't say anything about a political party has to give the name. Actually, he tells me, although it is a matter of deference to consider a potential candidate suggested by the officials of the vacated office holder political party, there is no statutory requirement for this. So we have to go by our state statutes. And those names were presented, and I feel we have to, I think it would be illegal for me not to accept somebody's name. How can I say, well, you could put a name in, and you can't put a name in, or you could put your name in, oh, but you can't put your name in. It has to be fair to all and open to all. As long as they've been in this township for a year, and they're a registered Republican.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I got a motion to
Second.
adjourn. Second. All in favor? Opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you very much, everybody. Yeah, you did good.
Her sister was pumping the hell out of him.
She is.